This is the Dave Matthews song, Too Much. Often played after So Much to Say, followed by an interlude they play, when the band is playing, called Anyone Seen the Bridge. The way the song starts is he does a progression where he's fretting only the low E and G strings. He goes 2, 2 and 2 on low E and G, 2 and 2, 3 and 4, 7 7, and then 2 and 2, 3 and 4, 6 and 7. So it sounds like. And then he goes into the verse. There's a lot of variation that he throws in with the verse, but I'll just show you kind of the primary progression that he uses. Going through the intro one more time. Again, on low E and G, 2 and 2, 3 and 4, 7 and 7. And then he goes down to a F sharp minor. So that's 2 on the low E, 4 and 4 on the A and the D. And then what he does is, after hitting that F sharp, he kind of does this like quick little muted slap. And put down an E chord, or excuse me, an A chord. 2, 2, 2, open A, 2 on D, G, and E. But really just worried about that 2 on that D string. That's really all he's playing. He's not. You can fret the whole thing if you want to make it sound fuller, but really he's just worried about that D. And what he's going to do is go. So just kind of a. And then he goes from 2 to 4 with a hammer on. So he just kind of mutes on and off. So if you can hear that. And that last part, you can play it where you just kind of, it's a 4 separate progressions. The first 3 times you kind of do it in the following kind of interchangeable rhythm, just. Where you actually go to this kind of broken chord, kind of a broken B minor. You're just on 2 and 4 on A and D. And you'll notice that he kind of varies the rhythm there. One time he goes to a hammer-on, and then another time he'll go. So rather than waiting for the hammer-on, he just goes straight to the 2, 2, 2, 4. Then breaking up the verses, he goes back to that same progression as the intro. So anyway, that's the way the verse goes, and there's really, the chorus is eat too much, drink too much, but it uses the same chords. The eat too much, I drink too much, I want too much, too much. And it goes back into that same thing. Now there is one other part, and it's a breakdown that he plays. and he goes directly into the breakdown from the second of two of those progressions. So 2 and 2, 3 and 4, 7, 2 and 2, 3 and 4, 6 and 7, and then he goes into this breakdown that goes like this. Okay, so let me give you an up close on that. Again, going into this breakdown directly from the 6 and 7 part. And I'm just going to show you the way I do it. His finger position is a little different, so you'll just have to figure out what works best. But the way I do it is the second time through I go. I use my ring finger and pinky on the 6 and 7 in order to prepare myself for the breakdown, which goes like this. So what he does is he hits 5 on low E, and then he does a hammer-on on the G string, 4 to 5. And after doing the hammer-on, he puts this chord down, so which is like this. It's a 3 on A, muted D, 5 on G. So. Okay, so again, going the 5, hammer, whoops. Then what you're going to do is you're going to kind of switch. This index is going to end up, after I do this one slide, it's going to end up now on the G string. So after you do this chord, you're going to slide from 5 to 7 on the A string. And then you fill in behind. You see how it kind of went from this chord to this chord, like it kind of inverts itself. So. So it's a slide from 5 to 7 on the A, and then you kind of fill in the index finger on G on 5. And then you do 5 and 5, again A and G. 3, so you make this chord, 3 on E, and he just kind of walks it. It goes like. Well, and then it starts over. This is where it changes. Goes to a G minor, and then 2 and 2 on A and on E and G. 3 and 4, 2 and 2, E chord. Then he does a harmonic on 12, and that's back into the. And the rhythm I'm playing is kind of midway between what he sometimes plays in his solo acoustic or with Tim and the band speed. So I just kind of play it. I mean, you can play it in any rhythm you want, but just going back over that breakdown one more time. It's just go. And now I'm going to go into that G minor, 2 and 2, 3 and 4, 2 and 2, E. Okay. And however you want, however it feels most comfortable to you on the breakdown, if you want to use. That could be one way of doing it, using your middle finger on 5. I just find that the way I do it sets me up best to continue through the breakdown. But obviously, anything that works and feels most comfortable for you should do it that way, so you can play it the cleanest. All right, it's too much.